Yeah. Yeah. We gonna talk about it. Eagle Army, gang in the building. We got my little mints. Had a little something to eat. We gonna talk. Yo, it's not too late for me. I'm in Cali. It's 8:15. A little bit later for some of you guys. Death Row East, believe in it. Eagle Army, believe in it. Y'all see the hat, man. Let's do a roll call real quick. I want to see where you guys are from. City, state, zip. Dallas in the building. DeSoto, Texas. Rep where you from. City, state, zip. All that good stuff, man. Wittawa, we about to talk about all that. Chicago. 719, gang. Houston, gang. Jersey. Santa Rosa, Frisco. Jersey. Brooklyn. The H. Dallas. Indianapolis, Ohio, 916, KC, Melbourne, Australia, gang. San Antonio, San Jose, Ohio, Montreal, LA up in this, South Central up in this, Wichita, Polk County, H-Town, DeSoto, Nashville, Tennessee, Tennessee, Chicago, Garfield Park Boxing, Compton, CPT, Connecticut, Newark, Dallas, a couple more, Eastside, Atlanta, Oakland definitely in the house, Frisco, hey, you know, LA up in this. CBT, North Carolina. Let's go, man. Thank you. You're fuck too kind. Now, shout out to everybody for joining the live stream. I did one earlier. We talked about some stuff. We'll probably recap that. But I ended up taking a nap. I was kind of tired. But let's talk more about Golden Boy and Oscar. I want y'all to see this. Leonard Ellerbe, on his verified account, he says, went out of his way to hate on our fight, sent ITR to fans, or sent it to fans, did interviews, and now he want to do what? Go sit down, you are not Floyd, fuck out of here. Now, obviously, he's talking to Oscar. News broke yesterday. De La Hoya did an interview saying he wanted to fight Conor McGregor, and he knows he will knock him out in 2. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, you know I try to kick a couple gems. This is not even just really an Oscar thing. This is as a man thing. If you a dude, you gotta get the hate up out your heart. Like to the point where you're more concerned with what other motherfuckers are doing. Girls don't like that, women don't like that, other dudes don't like that, like other dudes that are actually moving. Like that's, it's not it's not befitting. It doesn't make you look good when you do that. So I don't know what Oscar's deal is. I don't know. I'm not sure if Oscar, because right now his biggest star is Canelo, and there's a pressure for Canelo to immediately rematch Golovkin, which is a tough fight. So I don't know if he's saying something radical to take some of the energy, because Donald Trump does this. They'll be grilling Donald Trump about something, and then he'll bring up, but Hillary in the emails. Like, that's why I have the hot seat. That's exactly why I have the hot seat, so you can see. My hot seat got y'all boys like Jeff Sessions. My hot seat sessions got y'all like Jeff Sessions. I don't recall. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all be like Jeff Sessions up in this fucking hot seat. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you can't remember, you can't say anything factually, and we just keep grilling y'all with the same shit. But yeah, y'all can't, like, as a man, is not, it's not attractive at all to be concerned. And that's what, listen, I showed you the video on yesterday's live stream. I did a video 5 months ago. Y'all said I was hating Oscar. See, the great thing about being like me, I consider myself to be a real person. I'm no better than anyone. I'm down to earth. I like to have fun. I like to joke, celebrate my family. You know what I mean? Try to help them out in ways I can and keep it pushing. But the benefit of being a real motherfucker like me is you don't care what you're up against. You don't care who disagrees. I'm headstrong. I'm stubborn. So I knew 5 months ago when I was saying this stuff, I was like, man, Oscar sound salty. He's hating. You know what I mean? So I really, to be honest, y'all can leave comments saying, oh, you hate Oscar and shut up, you're a hater and all this. But when you true to thyself, none of that shit matters. And the great thing about being real is real motherfuckers know that if you're real and you stay true and you do what's honestly in your heart and your heart's coming from the right spot, then time reveals all. So if, like, it's like let's say a guy is dating some girl, and then his parents be like this. Parents are smart as fuck. And then, you know what I mean, your moms might be able to, like, I don't know, the girl's pretty and all that, but something about her don't rub me right. And then you say, oh, whatever, mom, you know what I mean? I love her. And you fuck around with this girl, and a year and a half later, you come home or something, and she cheated on you, and then you end up breaking up with her and find out she wasn't really what you were looking for. She was a gold digger. She was cheating on you, boom, boom, boom. And your mom told you from the jump what it was, but you didn't want to listen. That's how I feel like. I feel like a parent. Like when a parent tells you, they tell you what to expect, what you're getting into, and you ignore it. 5 months ago, and before that, I told you what it was with Oscar. And I was the bully. I was a hater, right? Now you're starting to see it, and everybody's starting to see it. Real reason being is it's too flagrant. It's like, I like different sports. You know what I mean? Obviously boxing is my go-to sport. But if somebody fouls you and they don't call it, and it was like kind of borderline, then that's one thing. But if you're going shooting a basket, someone slaps you hella hard and clearly fouls you, it's like the ref gotta call that because it was so painstakingly obvious. And that's how it is to me with De La Hoya and him taking jabs at Al Heyman and Floyd and Ellerbe and all that. Like that's crazy. And I told y'all, listen, shout out to Tamika, man. Listen, I told y'all from the jump 5 months ago. See, and I always end up looking like Ego Stradamus because I've been telling you the same shit. Like I always say, listen to what people say then, listen to what people say now. I'm not changing my tune. I ain't switched up. I ain't done anything different. I've been to Golden Boy events since then. I've been to HBO, ESPN. So nothing's changed over here on this side, the real side. But I told you back then, Oscar was mad because he felt the moment Mayweather McGregor was announced, he felt threatened. Trust me. Because he knows Floyd Mayweather, and I mean, whether you like a person or not, you have to be honest with yourself. Floyd has, like, for the live gate, let's say there's 5 spots. Floyd holds 4 of them. for the top 3 pay-per-views, Floyd holds all of them. You know what I'm saying? So whether you hate the man or not, you gotta understand what's in front of you. And Oscar knew that Conor's rising star power plus Floyd's star power and them dropping their fight 2-3 weeks before Canelo Triple G could influence their sales. In the same city, both in Vegas, same venue. Floyd did that. I know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to Floyd, but in my opinion, Floyd did that on purpose. He shitted on Golden Boy's Miguel Cotto card, which was the same night, and he did it in front of Canelo Triple G, so people would spend money on his fight, and maybe some of those people wouldn't spend money. Like, for example, here. let me see how I can say this. So, people aren't made of money, not everybody, right? So sometimes people have to pick. If you want to see Floyd Mayweather versus Conor in Vegas, and let's say you live in Rhode Island, right? You might not be able to swing 2 separate trips 3 weeks apart. Not only money, but taking all that time off from work and shit, and having your friends might not have money. So if Floyd, what he did was smart. He don't like De La Hoya, they don't like each other, so he staged it in front because he knows it's happening first. And like I said, if you live in Rhode Island, then you're forced to pick. You could be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna save my money because I want to see Canelo Golovkin more. But some people probably said, you know what, I want to go see this, Mayweather McGregor, and Floyd knew that, capitalized. That's why Oscar was mad. And I don't care what no one says. It's too flagrant at this point. First, you said you would love to work with Conor McGregor. You said you would love to match him up several times with your fighter Canelo, or Canelo Triple G winner. Then you said he ruined boxing. Floyd ruined boxing by fighting McGregor, and it was a fraud. You said that on ESPN First Take, that the fight was a fraud. You didn't watch it. Floyd bet on himself. Floyd carried the fight, right? And it was a bad fight. You told people to boycott it. These are all facts. We can pull up everything I'm saying. And then now you talking about you want to fight him, and you would come out of retirement exclusively for Conor McGregor. Now, first things first, Dana White don't seem like he's feeling you right now. Shout out to EJ Nunez, $5 super chat, Shmoney gang. So, chances are, after Conor just lost in boxing, he's gonna want to bring his fighter back to the UFC, regardless of Paulie Malignaggi, Mayweather rematch, De La Hoya, or anybody. Number 2, you were hating on his fight, aka hating on his money. So why would Dana White want to work with Golden Boy to make a De La Hoya, who ain't fought since 2008, fight with Conor McGregor, and once again take Conor McGregor out of his main element, right, to put him in boxing to fight a 44-year-old De La Hoya? Like, that doesn't even make sense, especially when you were trashing his fight. Dana White ain't gonna do that. So once again, you make yourself look crazy by even requesting that. Nobody's checking for that fight. The pressure's on Canelo. It's just like, you can't keep bouncing around like that. It's too hypocritical. And see, the funny thing is this, I get called names daily. You know what I mean? Oh, you're biased, ego. And here, I'm gonna show y'all. See, we don't just talk about it. I put people on Front Street, and we gonna get there. Y'all want me to put people on Front Street? The East Coast ain't got love for Boxingego? Well, let it be known then. Hold on. Listen. If y'all want me to put someone on Front Street, we need at least 75 likes. Hit that like button. Break the system. We gotta break the internet with this one. If y'all want me to work like this to prove my point, new media style, we need them likes up, right? And I'm gonna show y'all, cause new media, see, it's not just I just sit up here and talk. That's not the goal of this. Like, I could show you what I'm talking about, literally. Hit that like. Okay, we got the likes. Everybody engaged. So I made this little graphic, you know what I mean, little quick thing on my phone with Oscar and Conor, right? Shout out to Touche, $1, $2 Shmoney gang. He said, here you go, my G. I appreciate that. Love the beer, ego. Goddamn. Thank you, man. Or not, man, but thank you, Tamika. Yeah, it's the winter. You know, you see me dressed, it's got a cold, so I had to grow the beard out a little bit. So I posted this, right? A little graphic. And you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. So I said, Ego Promotions, is this what you want? Secret training versus Bruce Lee shit. Now, if you peruse through the comment sections, look. I know, Tamika, I'm sorry. JD says, I don't know why, but I like to see this. Oscar loses by way of selling out, I think. And go, just look through the comments, man. And y'all always say like, oh, race has nothing to do with it. Bullshit. Go look through the comments and you'll see a bunch of people who are trying to justify this fight. Like, oh, hey, actually, it's not a bad fight. And I guarantee you, some of them same motherfuckers were the same people on my video and other people's video that were making similar content, saying, oh, you're hating on Oscar, and Oscar's absolutely right. This fight is his fucking circus. Like, what? All right, Trap Media. I don't know if you're going against me, but you said it's always about race. Are you disagreeing with me? And I didn't say everything is about race, for the record. But, oh, you're with me? Okay, so we're on the same page. But that's what I'm saying. Is like, if you go look through the comments, some of the same people are now saying they'd be open to this fight. And I guarantee you, some of those same people were not the same ones that, or they were the same people that when De La Hoya said that about Floyd, they said I was hating, and they said that the fight, he's right, I'm saving my money for the real fight. See, that's what they try to make it. That's what they try to make it out to be. If you support a Mayweather McGregor, then you're not a real boxing fan. Shit, I went to Mayweather McGregor. Airfare, hotels, fees, and everything. And I'm a real boxing fan. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And now some of the same people are turncoat because De La Hoya said he'll fight him. And you're like, yeah, hey, I wouldn't mind seeing that. But that is a good fight. Now it's a good fight. But when he was hating on Floyd, it was the circus. And it was ruining boxing. Okay. This shit is crazy to me. And then on top of that, look, I'm gonna show you new media. I can't wait to see this fight in the octagon. Let's keep going. Oscar by KO, biggest hypocrite. No, Oscar would still get the win. Oscar is a hater, jealous bastard. See, there's a lot of people that it's like so obvious, but you got to look through the comments. The comments, people were really, there were still people who were like, yeah, I would pay for this. It was like, here, take my money. Like, what? Yep. So that's what's popping now. You support hypocrisy. EJ Nunez, $2 super chat. He said sent you a $5 a few minutes ago, but forgot to message. Shout out to EJ Nunez. We working. I'm just like, man, we got to get past this hypocrisy and double standards of boxing. You know what I mean? De La Hoya, like, as a real man or a real woman, you guys are content. Like, just so we understand, some of you guys are content with somebody openly bashing something, yet then 5 months later they do the same thing. Yeah, I did have tacos. How'd you know? That was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's come to. Like again, I don't care what your race is and where you're from and stuff like that, but people are that prideful and they're willing to set aside their own principles just to co-sign the guy that they like doing something that he said he didn't like. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. That's like Bill Cosby doing protests talking about sexual harassment is wrong, and then 5 months later 30 bitches is saying he slipped something. I want to talk to you about the pudding and the quellos. Like, you guys would be content with that? Like, real shit. If Bill Cosby was like, no man should touch a woman, it's a privacy, leave her alone. And then 5 months later, Bill Cosby come out with it. And he's like, the nipples are so sweet and chocolatey, you gotta taste them. And put the quaalude in the drink. Ah. Like, you guys would be like, oh yeah, that's legit. What the fuck? So, like, why would people even accept this from De La Hoya? You know what I'm saying? Or it's like Tyrese or some shit saying a man can't cry. That's bitch made 5 months ago, and then he's on, don't take my baby. You see his shirt, my baby. Like, you guys would like literally, you guys would accept this? Like, honestly, if Tyrese 5 months ago said if you cry as a man you a bitch, and then 5 months later he did exactly what he did. He's like, and nobody's in the court listening to me. Nobody wants to listen. Don't take my baby. No way. Like, you guys would accept that. Or like I said, like Bill Cosby or some shit. If Bill Cosby was like, you gotta respect women, won't. And then the next 5 months he was like, so I raped the bitch and she wanted me to shit on the chest and told her it was chocolate pudding. Oh, like, you guys are like that. To me, I feel like you gotta stand for something. You know what I mean? You have to really stand for something. And principles, for me, I have my parents are still married together. You know what I mean? To this day. And I have my dad in my life and stuff, so I don't know. Maybe he told me how to be a man. I don't know other people's situations, who your role models were or whatever, but the fact that you guys can listen to these because they're celebrities and you can listen to what they say, hear blatant contradictions, and then you still ride with that, that's crazy. That's crazy to me, because I'm a man of principle. And it don't matter, like, I grew up watching Oscar De La Hoya, but I call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? And I know, and see, the same people, they wouldn't be doing that. Like, if Mayweather, if he was speaking out on domestic violence and then he caught a case 5 months ago or 5 months later with domestic violence, you would be calling him, you guys like this guy? Woman beater, beat up his wife in front of it. You guys would be doing the same shit. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't be vouching for that. So how can anyone support, like Leonard Ellerbe saying, when De La Hoya, listen, De La Hoya talked more about Mayweather and McGregor in a negative light than his own Golden Boy promoted fight the same night with Cotto and Kamagai, who nobody was really checking for. And then, like I said, the fans try to spin it. Hey, if you support, I'm watching Cotto Kamagai because I'm a real boxing fan. Well, I'm a real boxing fan too, goddammit. And I didn't even watch that fight live because I was at Mayweather McGregor. You know what I'm saying? But you guys want to be all prideful. Enjoy Cotto Kamagai. You know what I mean? Like, acting like that's a good-ass fight. I just want to see. Conor McGregor was talking cash shit, talking about, you know, Bruce Lee shit. So, yeah, curiosity got the best of me, and I'm a real boxer, man. And then to top it off, to make De La Hoya worse, to make what he just did worse, and like Snoop said, to make that even more fucked up, is the Mayweather-McGregor fight wasn't boring. Like, I can understand, well, I can't understand, but you can't even use, the people who call Floyd a runner and boring and all that, they can't even use that. No, I literally, at the fight, after the fight, Meek Mill was there, free Meek, you know what I'm saying? I seen Meek Mill there. I didn't see anybody really calling Mayweather-McGregor boring. Like, fuck, that was a boring-ass Floyd fight. People were entertained, because Conor, for whatever reason, I think Floyd carried him, but for whatever reason, Conor was trying, and it ended in a stoppage. Floyd getting a stoppage for the first time since maybe Ortiz. You know what I mean? So you can't even use that. I can understand if it was like a boring ass affair and Floyd just ran and all this stuff like that, but you can't even use that. Plus, Conor got knocked out. So who's trying to see De La Hoya, who's been retired longer than Floyd? Floyd was on like a 2-year layoff. De La Hoya's been on a layoff since 2008. so almost a decade. Plus, we just seen Conor, like you got to understand, part of what sold Mayweather McGregor was Conor's big mouth. Hey Mayweather, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, fuck the Mayweather, you know what I mean? Doing all that is part of it. Plus, the mystique was he was an unknown commodity. He was boxing as a kid, went into the MMA, so we didn't really know what he was gonna look like. Fuck the Mayweather, you know what I mean? All that was selling. But now we've heard what he had to say. We've seen the performance he put up. We've seen him get stopped. So no one's checking for De La Hoya, Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? People would, if anything, people would rather see Paulie Malignaggi. At least he ain't been inactive since 2008, and there's gonna be some more shit talking. De La Hoya, he's the golden boy. His fights were entertaining. He has a great resume. He's a legend, but his fights were never built up in terms of, except for I can't even say this, but like Ricardo Mayorga maybe, and that's because of Mayorga. But the bottom line is, like Ellerbe saying, you're not Floyd. De La Hoya, people watch his fights because he's a good fighter, Olympic gold medalist, he can scrap, he was fighting everybody, but no one's checking for De La Hoya fights for build-ups. Like, I've never heard Oscar trash talk, hey, I think I have a strong chance to beat Conor. Like, that's how he talk, you know what I mean? He's not like in your face like that, you know what I mean? So no one's really checking. So that's why I said Paulie Malignaggi and Conor have a better chance to do better numbers because they have bad blood. Paulie, you know what I mean? Paulie get all bug-eyed and shit. It was a slip. It was a slip. You said it wasn't a slip. It was a... Look, Paulie gonna do all that, and then Conor was like, "Shut your fucking mouth." You know what I mean? But De La Hoya, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same with a De La Hoya. If people watched De La Hoya McGregor, it would be solely for the fight, because De La Hoya is not known as a builder of fights and showman. You know what I mean? Because Ricardo Mayorga was talking greasy. He was like, he plays with Barbie dolls and all types of shit. You know what I mean? So, and you got to understand the market. People would pay for the Paulie shit because the way Paulie be spazzing and the way Conor be spazzing. Conor's jumping over the octagon and shit for Bellator fights and getting in fights with Mark Goodard, the referee and shit. So, like, that's what I'm saying. No one's checking for De La Hoya. He's like, you're the golden boy. You're too nice. No one's gonna. Who's gonna pay? Conor's like, you know, Conor takes his low blows. He'll say whatever to De La Hoya. Like, you just got a DUI. Fuck that. Like, saying all that, and De La Hoya was like, but now I drive with a chaperone. Like, it's not gonna be a build up like that. I don't know how to explain it. But bottom line, nobody's checking for that shit. And it's extremely hypocritical. And for me, I feel like it's disrespectful for fans that whatever their issue is, whatever their beef is, whether they're Mexican American, if they're from the US, if they're from Russia, wherever they're from, whatever their issue is, that we as boxing fans can't call it down the middle like we really see it. And I see it all the time. Like I said, go look in the comments. People are like, yeah, take my money. So you want to see Conor, who just got knocked out in boxing, against De La Hoya, who doesn't trash talk, right? So the buildup is not going to be as exciting. And he ain't fought since 2008. So it's all about take your money now. But when Floyd did it, then all of a sudden, it was a circus and it ruined boxing. And it was a money grab. That's the word they use. It's a fucking money grab. Let's just call it what it is. It's a circus. But now, take your money, huh? Okay. Fucking clowns, man. Boxing is full of Pennywise ass fans. Clowns. You did, and see, let's talk about Joshua Wilder, man. We gonna talk about all this shit, and I promise you, Death Row East, believe in that. Listen, I'm telling you, listen to it. That's why you notice I keep saying the same shit. If you really watch me, listen to what people say then and now, and you'll see the consistency. Am I perfect? No. Do I get shit right? Of course. I'm human. I'm not Jesus, but I'm not jumping for, like, if I'm on one side of the Grand Canyon, 2 months later, I'm not on the other side with my argument. You know what I mean? If anything, I'm gonna get a fight prediction wrong, or I got this off. You know what I mean? But these types of things, the fans, what they're saying then and now is totally different. You know what I mean? 5 months ago, Floyd ruined boxing. He ruined his legacy. He's a clown for fighting a UFC fighter. It's not gonna sell. I'm saving my money for Canelo Triple G, the real boxing fight. If you're a real boxing fan, then you would support Kodo Kamagai and Canelo Triple G. Not. Why do people always call me when I'm live streaming? People always call me when I'm live streaming. It's so annoying. Oh my gosh. I keep getting a call, so hopefully people aren't checking out of this. But anyway, I keep getting a phone call and it's like fucking up the stream. But anyway, all this stuff about it being a circus, money grab, a fraud, and like people are honestly, in their heart of all hearts, gonna now co-sign this shit where De La Hoya is calling them out and they're saying, oh yeah, that's a good fight. Like, it's not even about, like, because De La Hoya might have a point. He might be able to knock Conor McGregor out in boxing. I don't know, and I don't care, because he ain't been fighting since 2008, and I don't know what he can do at this point. You know what I mean? He's talking about, hey, I'm faster and stronger than I've ever been. Like, I can't confirm or deny that type of shit. This secret training shit. Like, listen. I'm an analytical person, right? I like listening to what people say. Like, you are a retired millionaire, right? You're a retired millionaire. Why are you doing secret training? Like, why would you have to hide your training and nobody's checking for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it secret? Like, that was weird to me. See, I touch on what I feel, and that don't make sense. He was like, yeah, bro, I've been secretly training. What secret? Like, why are you secretly training? Like, nobody's checking for you, no one's thinking you're gonna fight or anything. So it's like, what are you hiding? Why do you have to hide your training? If you wanna, like, even if he went to a boxing gym and got a workout in, nobody's gonna be like, what's Oscar doing? Is Oscar secretly training for McGregor? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you talking about? This secret training. Like, that sounded weird to me. I've been secretly training. Like, why would it even be a secret? Why, if you want to work out, you want to work out. You in shape, you in shape. Nobody would even speculate or think you're coming back or anything. But anyway, it's just like, man, like I said, with Joshua Wilder, same thing. Listen to what people say then, and listen to what people are saying now. And all the bullshit excuses that people throw out, they don't stand by it. And that's like, I'm coming to crush all of that, because I don't forget. I'll be on my Roy Jones. Yeah, I must have forgot. I'm gonna come back to make sure I remind you, because you got to look at it as a popular YouTube creator, at least in my niche. I'm on the front line. You know what I mean? So I gotta take the shots up front to speak my mind. You know what I mean? So 5 months ago, when I'm like, damn, it sounds like Oscar's hating Mayweather McGregor, because I said it. See, and this is the thing. People, oh, you're sucking Floyd's dick. You sucking that TMT dick. Like, it had nothing to do with sucking TMT dick or whatever you guys are talking about. It has something to do with why hate on another man. Like, it's very simple. It's like, it reminds me of, okay, I'm not even trying to stun on nobody, but I just got verified and I got over 100,000 subscribers. So if you guys don't like the message, you hate my guts or whatever, if you leave at this point, if you unfollow me or unsubscribe because it's not your cup of tea, I'm sure I won't notice. So it reminds me of the people that are like, your channel fucking sucks, blow. This shit blows. I'm unsubscribing. I'm unfollowing. You don't have to tell me. It's an open door policy. You know what I mean? You don't have to warn me that I wouldn't notice if one person that I don't deal with on a regular basis decides to unfollow or unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing with like the Mayweather McGregor shit. Mayweather McGregor, either you want to watch it or you didn't want to watch it. If you don't want to watch it and you feel you want to save your money for Canelo versus Triple G, or you wanted to go to Kodo Kamagai, I have no beef with that. You do whatever you want with your money. See, but that's the type of person I am. But it was those same people that were trying to belittle people that were into the fight for the press tour and all that. Like, oh, you're not a real boxing fan. That's the difference. I don't tell people what to do. You know what I mean? I don't tell people how to spend their money. I can encourage that, hey, man, Warren Kovalev's a good fight. Spend your money if you got it like that. But I don't tell people what to do. So, I mean, we knew it was hate. Like, we knew it was hate from De La Hoya. Because, again, if it was such a shitty fight, you're giving it more publicity being on ESPN First Take. All right, we got our first hot seat victim. Ego. You do have a huge ego, bro. That's not even why I get my name Ego. So you already don't know shit. He said you talk to your subscribers like you don't really need them. So now you're in the hot seat. So explain how I have a huge ego and how I talk to my subscribers like I don't need them. The ball's in your court. Please have at it. Because you're in the hot seat. Everybody get your popcorn. Finally, we got a hot seat. See, all I have to do is keep talking. The haters gonna show up. So, how do I talk to my subscribers like I don't need them? When I get... Never mind. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk and then I'll rebuttal. Everybody, moderators, be on deck. You'll find out what the hot seat is soon enough. Okay, where are you at? Hold on, let me get his name because y'all be ducking my question. His name is Chin Up. Well, you keep your chin up when you get booted from here because you will not beat me. So, chin up. Chin up. Yeah, I don't know what Ricky means, but you gonna be like Ricky from Boys in the Hood with that little scratcher. And then Cuba, Ricky! We about to Ricky you right now at this bitch. So anyway, instead of answering other people or putting Ricky, whatever that means, how about you answer me because you're in the hot seat. And time is ticking. And we ain't got no time to waste. So how do I have a huge ego and I talk to my subscribers like I don't need them? And we're waiting, Chin Up. See, that's what I'm saying. I let the hate come. People try to throw dirt on my name, but in the end, you gotta prove what you're saying. And we do it like gladiators over here in the hot seat. Chin up, show yourself, and take this L like Meek Mill. Wow. Where Chin Up at? See, and this is just to prove my point. And this is what I told you we're gonna do him like Ricky from Boys in the Hood, just to prove my point. You see how they try to cyber bully you or whatever the fuck they think they're doing to me? And they have no problem saying the outlandish shit. You're racist. You hate your subscribers. You treat them like shit. Okay, you said all of that. You had no problem, no hesitation saying all that. But now you on the spot. And now, where's your comment? He commented? Okay, hold up. I'm not hating, bro. I'm saying that don't spend time saying if they leave, you won't. No, you're not understanding. It's not registering. You're in the hot seat, and you says I have a huge ego, and basically I treat my subscribers like shit. So please explain to us how I've done that. And once again, if that is in fact the case, why am I over 100,000 subscribers? If all I do is I'm Hitler or whatever you think I am, and I'm this menace to YouTube boxing, why everyone else should be beating me, right? They should be killing me because I treat my subscribers like shit according to you, and other people don't. And I have a huge ego. So once again, Chin Up, you've wasted one response. You wasted the public's time. How do I have a huge ego, and how do I treat the subscribers terribly? And see, this is what people, I notice people do. Oh, he replied. Just saying that you shouldn't say if they leave, you won't even feel it at that point. Listen, I'm a honest, transparent person. If you ask anybody who has 100,000 subscribers or more, if they notice any one person that they don't know, don't deal with on a regular basis, unsubscribing, they would say the same thing. They wouldn't recognize it, right? So you want me to cry like Tyrese when a person says, you fucking suck, I'm unsubscribing to you, I'm unfollowing your ass? Like, really? Like, what do you want me to do? What would be the more, oh no, wait, maybe I could gain your favor again? Like, what is your, in a perfect world, what is the response I'm supposed to do when someone says, you suck, I'm unsubscribing? I see, bro, you just need to explain it, that's all. No, I don't need to explain it. You in the hot seat, you need to explain it. Yeah, listen, anybody who has this many subscribers, they're not going to notice. And so someone being petty saying you suck, I'm unfollowing, okay, I'm just saying. And anything, I didn't talk down on the subscribers. That's a fact. It's an open door policy. If you don't like the content, you can leave. If you don't like the stream, you can check out of it. Like, no love lost. I didn't say fuck you, fuck your mom, and all type of shit. That's just fact. See, and that's what people do. A lot of sensitive ass millennials, sensitive ass people. If you say things that are really a fact, then all of a sudden people, oh, you shouldn't talk to us like that. Like, what? I didn't demean. Anyway, he said you have great content. Let's just vote. Put your L's up. Another one, man. Put your L's up. Bye-bye, Ricky. Should I show mercy, or should we get the regular block? First 5 comments, that's his fate. Mercy or block? Mercy or block? He already lost. Mercy or block? First 5, go. Timeout. No mercy. Mercy. All right, moderator, put him in mercy. Just put him on timeout instead of blocking. Chin up. That's his name. Oh, I see him. He gonna put mercy. How he gonna vote for himself? Anyway, so he's in timeout. Listen, I'm telling you, I don't know what y'all think this is, but y'all not coming to my streams trying to cyberbully me and say a bunch of outlandish shit with not being able to speak to it. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? If I'm racist and I treat my subs like shit and all this stuff you guys are putting, cool. But you gotta explain that. Period. Anyway, my thing is this, like, back to the De La Hoya shit. It's just, I don't see how you guys can openly, as an adult male or adult female, co-sign something you know you didn't co-sign 5 months ago, and nothing's changed. And actually something has changed. In the 5 months when De La Hoya was hating on Mayweather and McGregor, since that point, Connor's got knocked out. That's really the only thing that changed. So if you're talking about take my money for De La Hoya and Connor, then why were you saying that? Eric Summers, I got what they do on Instagram? I gotta bake another one. Eric Summers, you about to get that work. He says you don't like Oscar, you must be homophobic. What did homophobia have to do with anything? Hot seat, hot seat. What are you talking about? I must be homophobic. I ain't say shit about gay people, lesbians, transgenders. What are you talking about? Eric Summers about to, summer's over. We about to make it real cold. That's a diss to Oscar, not you? Bro, you gotta start speaking with who you talking to. Alright, Chad Perez, he in the hot seat. Ego is cocky. How am I cocky? What if I said that was cocky? You're in the hot seat. I'm telling you, I'm catching bodies today. I promise you. We just like that. Keep putting the foolishness. Then we just going. We having a single file line, and we just gonna have a firing squad. I love the hot seat. Well, I'm glad you love it because you in the motherfucker. How am I cocky? What if I said that was cocky? Go. Ego Valley. That's what I'm saying. Y'all not coming over here cyberbullying me. And then I know people, hey, don't waste your time with them. I'm going to waste my time on them because I want to catch I'm like Wilder. I want a body on my resume so bad. Come on, Eric Perez. So what if I said that was cocky? Since I'm cocky. I'm talking boxing, so please explain. And then he said, I love the hot seat. You're not going to love it in 3 responses. Within 3 responses, I promise you don't love it. But what did I say? Not cocky, just defensive. You could get it next too. Like I said, it don't matter, man. I took a nap. I'm charged up. Whoever just put that, you can get it after him. So keep putting the foolishness. We gonna have a pet cemetery out those motherfuckers. Where's Eric Perez at? He responded. Is his name Eric Perez or Chad Perez? What the fuck is his name? Oh no.
I gotta get this thing off. Can I get it off? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I didn't see no response. What's his name? Is his name Chad or Eric? Okay, it's Chad. What did he say? Where is he at? Okay, he said, I'm cocky, Mr. I wear my sunglasses at night. Okay, so me wearing sunglasses at night makes me cocky. That's strike 1, as far as I'm concerned. How does wearing sunglasses make you cocky? Okay. So Ray Charles is cocky. Got you. I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. Come on, Chadwick. He says I'm cocky because I wear sunglasses. So you're blind now. Response 2. You're supposed to be proving it, and you wasting your responses on questions. I didn't say shit about me being blind or anything. So I'm cocky because I'm blind now and because I wear sunglasses. You're doing a great job, by the way. Ego, stop letting these kids take you away from boxing time. No, we always reverted back. So I'm not going to stop anything. This is for entertainment. This channel is about the fans. It's about entertainment. And you see the engagement. Maybe you're not engaged. Maybe you should pop back in later when I'm not. Okay, he says I'm cocky because you just compared yourself to Ray Charles. Even though I didn't. I said, so I guess Ray Charles is cocky too. I didn't say I am Ray Charles. What? Yo, let's vote. Get this boy up out of here, and there ain't gonna be no mercy. If he got an L and didn't prove how I'm cocky, which he alleged, throw your L's up. Throw your L's up. Everybody, throw your L's up. So I'm cocky. He said I compare myself to Ray Charles. I don't even play the fucking piano. I don't sing, so why would I compare myself to Ray Charles? Yo, moderator, get Chadwick out of. Oh, see, hey, my killers, my mods is killers. I said, hey, get Chad, and they're like blocked. I couldn't even finish the sentence, and they had already dealt with him. That's crazy. See, I told y'all not gonna be coming over here just saying the dumb shit. You're cocky. What have I said that was cocky? Like, honestly, what did I say that was cocky? We're talking boxing. I'm not like, man, look at this. I got this and that. I'm not. What are you talking about? Anyway, let's get back to boxing. Gang, gang. Niner gang. We won our first game of the season. What else? Y'all want to talk about De La Hoya more or Luis Ortiz? What y'all want to talk about? First 5 responses. Joshua Wilder. Keep going. First 5 responses. Canelo said he's not fighting until Mexican dates in 2018. So Wilder, AJ. I mean, what? I don't know. What is there to talk about with Wilder, AJ right now? Make the fight. Hey, I just thought of something. Hold on. Yo, we need to get the likes up. If you're in the stream and you want to get this boxing talk cracking, hit the like button. Smash the like button. We catching bodies. We talking boxing. Listen. My thing is this. Let me give you guys the update first. So the WBC, which I knew this was coming because I seen their updated rankings, they decided to not take Luis King Kong Ortiz out of the rankings with the WBC. So, I mean, that's fine and dandy. It just makes another good player at heavyweight. But my thing is this. I feel like the WBC owes me some money. You know why? I'm going to tell y'all why. Y'all want to know why the WBC owes the kid Ego some money? Let's get to 175 likes so I can tell you why I feel the WBC owes me money. Hit that like button. Once we get to 175, I'm going to spill the beans and we're going to go in on this topic. Period. Hit the like button. Stop fronting. Yeah, so Luis Ortiz is back in the rankings now. And to me, I have some things to say about that. We close. Listen, we're gonna just jump right into it. This is why I think the WBC owes money, and I want maybe someone can answer this. And if you can answer this, then the WBC don't owe me money. Now, as a boxing journalist, I flew to New York to cover Wilder versus Bermane Stiverne 2. As you know, Wilder Stiverne 2 was not the initial fight on the cards. I personally was going to always go to the fight, but I almost backed out of going to the fight because I live in California, so I wasn't necessarily trying to go to New York for Stiverne 2 fight, right? And I was like, you know what? Sean Porter Granados should be a good fight. The fans want to see it. I don't got nothing else crazy to do, so I went to it. This is why the WBC owes me money, because I really wanted to see the Wilder-Ortiz fight. I thought that was the better fight, but I understood when he got in his situation, blood pressure medicine or whatever, I understood why they canceled it. But now, fast forward a couple weeks after the fight, now they're saying he's still in the rankings. So if he's still in the top 3 rankings, then why did the WBC cancel the fight? Wilder said, I'll still fight him. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight him as is, right? So why did the fight get canceled? That's what I want to know. Can anyone hear my voice? Someone said the music's too loud. Anyone else experiencing that problem? Yes, no? Alright, let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. Wilder was slated to fight Ortiz. The whole blood pressure shit came up. Wilder said, I will still fight Ortiz. The WBC said, X-nay, no, the fight's canceled. As a result, Dominic Brazil versus Bermane Stiverne ain't happening. We'll find another opponent for Brazil and an eliminator with Eric Molina, guy who got stopped by Areola, Wilder, and Joshua, right? And we'll bump Stiverne up to the main event. So my question is this: if you weren't gonna do what the WBA did and drop Luis King Kong Ortiz from the rankings, then why did they cancel Wilder Ortiz fight? Please explain that. What was the point of why did it get canceled if he didn't lose his spot? Like, okay, Ortiz was the mandatory for Joshua, but if you look at the latest WBA rankings, he's no longer the mandatory. They dropped him and suspended him. So why did they pull the plug? Why did they pull the plug on Wilder Ortiz, the fight that everybody wanted? The Barclays had to reduce the ticket prices, if I'm not mistaken, because it wasn't the first option. So why did the fight get canceled if they didn't plan on suspending him, like Povetkin? Somebody explain that to me. Like, I thought the whole reason the fight got canceled was because he failed a drug test, and they were just like, no, like, you ruined it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what was the point of canceling the fight if he's still ranked and you didn't drop him from the rankings? And from what I understand, he's confident. He kind of like, yeah, we back. You know what I mean? So Team Ortiz is like, we back like we never left, we back like chiropractors. So they cocky and confident about it. So it's just like, why didn't we just see the Wilder versus Ortiz? Chin up. You just got blocked, and then you came back, and you said that's the point, the test result. So, okay, since the test result hasn't changed, how is he still in the rankings? If you ban the fight because of the test result, listen to what you're saying. You said they canceled the fight because of the test results. He never opened his B sample, which is why the WBA dropped him. So his test results haven't changed, and he's still allowed to. How aren't they sure? Like, nothing changed with his test. He failed for the things, he didn't declare it. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly, nothing changed basically, bro. That's my whole point. So if nothing changed, then why did the fight get canceled? Like, for me, I would like to see some transparency here. Like, if you kicked him off the card and pissed, like, ruined everybody's main event, then it seems like you would actually be suspending him and dropping him from the rankings for failing. But if you weren't going to do that, then why didn't you just let him fight? Wilder said, I'll fight him with the blood pressure medicine in his system. So why cancel the event, give people refunds and lower ticket prices or whatever if you weren't going to drop him? And then, like, here's another. See, I told you, I be having a game like Jeff says. They don't know how to answer. WBC, this is their heavyweight rankings. Obviously Wilder. So another thing, he failed. Nothing changed. Didn't open the B sample. So Luis Ortiz was ahead of Dillian White on the last rankings. So how did Dillian White jump 2 spots ahead of him, along with Dominic Brazil? You see how, like, this is not really making sense to me. Luis Ortiz had a higher ranking than in the previous rankings. So why is he number 3 now? If you let him, if you didn't drop him from the rankings, why'd you drop him 2 spots? See, it's like, it seemed real inconsistent. Like, how did that happen? How was Luis Ortiz before? Okay, how do I explain this? Okay, Luis Ortiz was ranked number, let's say 1 with the WBC in the last rankings just before now. And now he's ranked number 3, and Dillian White's ranked number 1. So you're allowing him to continue and didn't drop him from the rankings, but nothing's changed, and you dropped him to number 3. Why is he all of a sudden behind Dillian White? Like, I don't understand it. So so to me, here, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, hypothetically, fight Luis Ortiz and Wilder was supposed to fight. The adverse test came back. Oh, you have this in your system, right? Cool. They say, fuck this. You're off. Bermane Stavern's in. You guys follow me up to here. Bermane Stavern's Wilder's new opponent. Then they had a meeting with Luis Ortiz after they already made this decision, and Luis Ortiz's team pled their case, and whatever they heard, they were like, okay, cool. We understand now what happened. Even though you didn't declare it, we understand. So if that's the case and you understand, and whatever he said in his appeal, or whatever you want to call it, then why is he number 3 when he was above Dillian White? Do you get what I'm saying? He was above Dillian White. So if he beat his case, so to speak, and won his appeal, then why did he lose 2 spaces? And why is, like, Dillian White's one person, but why is Dominic Breazeale ahead of him? Does that make any sense to anybody? This is why the WBC owes me some money, man. Because I flew all the way to New York for this shit, out of pocket. And again, like, okay, let's say I worked at Best Buy and they try to fire me or get rid of me or something. This is just all a random analogy I'm just gonna make up. I worked at Best Buy, they try to fire me, and then I say the grounds they're trying to fire me for are unjust. They're saying I stopped showing up to work, but I got a doctor's note. So then I have a hearing to discuss what happened, and then they see all the information presented, and then they decide, you know what, you're right. Ego's right. He does have a valid reason why he stopped showing up for work, so you have to reinstate him. But that's like me losing my position that I was already in. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. If Luis Ortiz, like, it's all over the place. Do you guys get what I'm saying? It's all over the place. If you cancel the fight, so if you cancel the fight, anytime I see fights canceled, it's because the person's gonna get suspended and dropped out of the ranking. So you cancel the fight, spoil the party, and don't let Wilder fight him. And then on top of that, you have an appeal. You have an appeal process. King Kong's team goes through the appeal, and you understand now once they gave you more information. But then why did he lose his spot? Why wouldn't he still be ahead of Dillian White? So the usual protocol is, if you fail a drug test and didn't declare it, to cancel your fight and then still let you come back and fight, not drop you from the rankings, right? And then you lose 2 spots. How's that a protocol? That doesn't even make sense. Why did that happen? This is to Brayon Thomas. So explain how that's a protocol. You fail a drug test, fight gets canceled, you plead and have an appeal, you win your appeal, but you lose your spot, but you don't get dropped totally. What kind of protocol is that? Please tell me. This shit is crazy. And then when Francisco Vargas fought Orlando Salido for the WBC Golden Boy fight on HBO, Francisco Vargas had clenbuterol in the system. I think it was clenbuterol. And they allowed the fight to continue because he said he was in Mexico and he ate the meat. He's like, I ate the meat. Garnet, I ate the meat. Right? So why did Luis Ortiz, it's just inconsistent all the way. Why did Luis Neri and Francisco Vargas, why did their fights get allowed to continue? You know what I'm saying? And not lose rankings. And then Luis Ortiz gets his fight canceled, but then he don't get dropped. There's no way you can make this make it sound consistent, because it's not consistent. J-Dog, I think, has the best answer. All about the money, money, money. I agree with that. It has to be. I mean, how else? How else? Like I said, if you win your appeal, then why'd you lose your spot? And if you weren't going to lose your spot, then why'd your fight get canceled? But whatever. Same reason WBC be making belts for fake fights. You know what I mean? Like, not fake fights, but Mayweather, McGregor, Canelo at Chavez 164.5, and they be doing like, this is for the fucking Fantastico belt, the Huicho Fantastico belt. Like, why is there a belt for a man-made division? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit don't add up to me. But some of y'all don't care, some of y'all don't question anything. Then Alexander Povetkin, they said he's coming back to the rankings. Like, what? Why did his fight with Wilder get canceled? If you could just come back, why'd your I don't understand why they're canceling these fights. Just let them fight juiced up. If that's what it is, and you come back like that. So I don't really get it. But maybe you guys can understand, but no one's really. They're running it like a trap house. I'm done. That's funny. I like I said, I don't get how this whole thing works. And like, okay, somehow, let's say because the confusion, the guy that was behind Luis Ortiz, Dillian White, somehow he passes him. But why was Dominic Brazil's fight? Why was he in front of Luis Ortiz? Why was Brazil, Eric Molina, why was that an eliminator? It's kind of like they make up the rules as they go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't get all this politics, but whatever. Anyway, Wilder Joshua, let's watch it. But Luis Ortiz said he back. And you know what the thing is? Like, I wanted to see the fight anyway with Wilder and Ortiz. So, that, I mean, I can't, like, to be perfectly honest, it's inconsistent and doesn't make sense. But it's probably, like, the fact that Ortiz and Povetkin are coming back, at least it makes it a little bit better because they could be in some good fights, even though it doesn't make sense. And I don't understand how they arrived at that conclusion. But I mean, I'm not really I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't really care about Wilder versus Dominic Brazil. You know what I mean? But now there's Dillian White, Luis Ortiz is back, Povetkin's coming back. I personally would rather see those fights. So I lost all respect for Khan. Why? Why is he doing a reality show? I thought he was coming. This game is crazy to me, man. Shout out to the Cali Enigma. AJ fans complaining WBC moving Ortiz to number 3 while making excuses for Ortiz suspended by the WA. They're blaming Al Heyman. $5 super chat. Money gang. Amir Khan's about to do a reality show in Australia. It's called like Get Me Off This Island or some shit. But I thought he was coming back to boxing. Like, that's a weird career move. Your wife's pregnant. You guys had beef. You said you were coming back. Now you're back with your wife. You're doing reality TV. Like, you say you want to be a champion again. You ain't fought since Canelo, May 2016. Like, now I don't know. If you want to be an active fight, like Khan in the later part of his career, he spent a lot of time on the sidelines. That's why Kell Brooks like trying to roast him. He said, I don't know this show because I don't live in Australia, but I think it's like a Survivor type show. And Kell Brooks said something like, I hope Amir Khan eat kangaroo testicles. I think it's like a Survivor Fear Factor type show. And Kell Brooks said, I want him to eat kangaroo testicles. He said, that's what I'm gonna vote for. So I don't know the rules or how it works. Yeah, it just seemed like a weird, like, Again, I don't know nothing about this show, but it seemed like a weird time to do a reality show. Like, when you could have did the reality show all this year, because he ain't fought this year. So why, like, you know what I'm saying? Why do a reality show now? People thought you were coming back. Boxing is weird sometimes. I thought he was still I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the details of this reality show, but it's in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how long they have to film for, when he'd be, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. You got fucking Pacquiao, he half senator, half man, half amazing, half senator, half boxer. Khan, half reality. You know what I'm saying? Khan on Love and Hip Hop and shit. And then he gonna be boxing on the side. So I don't know. The game is just different. Like, is that Amir Khan and fucking Ray J on Love and Hip Hop? Ray J, wait a minute. You do. Hey, Amir Khan on Love and Hip Hop now. That's crazy. I don't get it. So I don't know. I don't know if he's boxing. I don't know. And the other thing, it makes me feel like the Kell Brook fight ain't never happening. I just feel boxing is not the type of sport where you can peek your head in. Like, if you, like, I'm not even, like, Khan trains out here at the Virgil Hunter gym. He's a cool dude, but, like, my thing is like this. If you doing reality shows, Errol Spence ain't doing no reality shows. He out there in fucking DeSoto, Texas, fighting heavyweights in the street, having body punching contests. You know what I mean? He's taking stay busy street fights and shit. So, like, how you gonna fight somebody like that and you doing a reality show? I just feel like boxing is not a sport like that where you could just peek your head in when you want. Like, Khan, to me, is like, you gave your best effort versus Canelo, May 2016, got knocked out brutally, your worst knockout in the 6th round, had an injury, took care of the injuries, had surgery, and now you're coming back to a reality show before you come back to your career. Like, it's weird to me. Like, I don't see how you're gonna, like, even if you were to fight Pacquiao, who's also kind of a part-time boxer or whatever, Pacquiao's still more active than you. Pacquiao just fought Jeff Horn this year. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think boxing is that type of sport where Errol Spence ain't doing no reality show. He might film a segment for Showtime or something, but he ain't doing no reality shows and then coming back. So it's kind of hard to beat guys at that level when you're on a long layoff and then you're coming back from inactivity and then reality shows and stuff. Damn, that boy Kell Brooks said, basically. He said, basically, eat kangaroo testicles. Wow. That's kind of crazy. But, I don't know. Boxing is just weird, I guess. Luis Ortiz is back. Khan's doing reality shows. Jeff Horn fighting Gary Corcoran. Anui on the fucking pound for pound list for fighting Wittawa. Who the fuck is that? Like, real shit, man. Who the fuck is Warlito? Gary who? I don't know, man. I don't know none of these dudes. I don't know Gary Corcoran. I don't know Warlito. I don't know Wittawa. Wittawas. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. I can show y'all better than I can tell y'all. My boy Wittawas, y'all sleeping on him. See, y'all saying wristwatch and Wittawa. This shit is so funny. This is why I see why y'all fuck with new media, man. Cause we give it to you. Boxingego, be real. So, in case you missed my last stream, ESPN did their pound for pound list, right? Now, if you were on the stream earlier, put hell yeah. If you weren't on the stream earlier, you could put hell no. So I could see if I need to go over every single spot again. Reach around. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We're going to do it. Some people missed the early one. ESPN put out a garbage pound for pound list. They have Gennady Golovkin and no guy. They have him at number 1, Lomachenko 2, Crawford number 3, Canelo at 4, Keith One-Time Thurman at 5, Errol Spence at 6, Guillermo Rigondeaux 7, Mikey Garcia at 8, Sergey Kovalev 9, and number 10, Nayao Inoue. So that list is ass, man. Everybody put ass, put Basuda. ESPN, and see ESPN, they got a panel. It says Dan Rayfield, Teddy Atlas, Bernardo, Eric Raskins, Nick Parkinson. You guys got all these people on some kind of panel, and that's the list you come up with. And it's not even just the names, but the placement of the names too. You know what I mean? Like, the fighters on there are cool names, but my question, since some of you missed the stream, y'all want to know, let's get to 200 likes so I can really go in on this ESPN tip. We got to get the likes. We got to get the engagement. I got stuff to do. We got to talk about it. Let's go. And I'm really just repeating what I went in on earlier. I got questions about this list, man. Man's not hot. Right? So here's one question. Kovalev got... Listen, let me turn it down. Kovalev lost his last 2 fights to a great fighter, Andre Ward, but he still lost and got knocked out in his last fight and then complained about low blows. He's still number 9 on the list. Debatable. But even more important, Nayao Inoue has a record of 14-0. Who he beat? I disagree with you, Brayon. We could do a hot seat on it right now. Should I put Brayon in the hot seat? Brayon Thomas? Yeah, we gotta get a hot seat. I need a body, man. Brayon Thomas, you in. He says Inoue should be ahead of Kovalev. Why should Inoue even be on the list? That's my question to you. What has Inoue done? And he's a good fighter. I'm checking for Inoue. But what has he done where he should be on the top 10 pound for pound list? And then you said he should be above Kovalev. Kovalev actually has some real life threats on his resume. What did Inoue do in Kovalev got 30 fights, 2 losses to the same guy, and 26 knockouts. Inoue got 14 fights, and although he looks the part, who did he beat? Name his 14 fights. Name 6 of his 14 fights. Name 3 of his 14 fights. Antonio Neves, the one he just fought. Who else? Why would Inoue even be on a pound for pound list right now? See what they do? First it was Chocolatito, and then now you're like, oh, we got to put another junior bantamweight on. Damn, someone said name 2. I just gave you one. Antonio Neves. Tell me one other person on his list. No, Brayon, you in the hot seat. Listen, y'all put the comments where you start vouching for shit. Now y'all get the hot seat. He said I'm basing off the ESPN list. So that means you co-signing it. Because everyone else is like, oh, that list is bullshit. So if you like, oh yeah, Nui, why would a Nui even be on the list? Please explain. Listen, please explain his 14 fights. We earlier, and he's a good fighter. I fuck with him. Pause. But listen, Creason, who is that? Bunham, the Dunadunk. Yukai Sano, Ryochi, Taguchi, Gucci Gang, Jerson, Adrian Hernandez. Oh, there's my boy Wittawa. What the fuck is a Wittawa, man? Who's Wittawa? Bassapine. Listen, what is a Wittawa, man? Like, man, I want to see that Joshua Wilder. Like, you know what I can't wait to see? I can't wait to see that Anui Wittawa. I couldn't wait to see that Wittawa. I paid top dollar for some Wittawa. What is a Wittawa? Like, honestly. Who is Wittawa? Exactly. Crusher at least lost a war to future Hall of Famer. Exactly. So, who's Wittawa? Please explain that. Omar Narvaez, I think Nonito Donaire beat him. Let's test my knowledge. Bow, Nonito Donaire. See, I know my shit, man. And he was fighting at 117. He dropped down. Donaire beat him. I seen that fight. So you beat a guy after Donaire. So what else? Who the fuck is Warlito? Like I said, that sounds like Mario Brothers' enemy. It's me, Mario. Warlito. Warlito. It's me, Mario. Mario Kart. Who the fuck is Wario, Warlito? Like, come on, man. Where's Brayon, man? Somebody got to answer about Wittawa and Warlito. Warlito's way, man. You gotta think you big time? Here come the pain. Okay, I'm reloaded. So Brayon Thomas, why should Anui be on this list? The only recognizable name I seen was Narvaez and Neves. Neves had a loss already. Narvaez lost to Donaire years ago, and he shelled up and didn't do shit. He did get knocked out by Inui. But what about Wittawa? Who is that? Who's Warlito? I think the list is trash, but I'm just saying, like you're tripping off the order, and even you said initially you said Inui should be over Kovalev. What did he do over Kovalev? Like, so that, I mean, that's really what put you in the hot seat. So even if you don't like the list as a whole, your opinion, you said Inui over Kovalev. How is Inoue over Kovalev? Kovalev at least lost a Ward, and he had beat a legend in Bernard Hopkins. That's 2 legends. Name 2 legends like a Ward and B-Hop that Inoue has fought at this moment. Wittawas? Warlito? So that's what I'm saying. You guys got to analyze what you're saying before you put it out there. Name 2 people that you would even mention in the same breath as Andre Ward, the B-Hop, that he fought as of right now. And I think he shows a lot of promise. But see, this is the thing. How can you put someone on a pay-per-view list currently based on their promise when you don't know? See, this is what I'm saying. Now, y'all you fell for the mouse trap. Brayon. See, I was gonna try to show you mercy, but now I can't, because now it's just regular hot seat rules. Because you're making excuses. You said record-wise, he's unblemished plus a title holder. Yeah, but isn't it easier to be unblemished if you ain't fought an Andre Ward of your division? You haven't fought Nathan Cleverly. You haven't fought Jean Pascal twice. You haven't fought B-Hop. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm sure he is. But there's a lot of guys that are unblemished until they step up. Luis Cuba Arias was unblemished until last Saturday because he stepped up. Okay, so Luis Cuba Arias should be on the pound-for-pound list prior to Saturday. He says, based on that list, that's my opinion. So, once again, Luis Cuba Arias was undefeated, so he should be higher up than Danny Jacobs because Jacobs has 2 losses. Honestly. Jacobs has 2 losses, so if you're going off of undefeated, it's who did you beat? Who did you lose to? If I'm thinking of pound for pound, how can you just look at someone being undefeated? And it's not like a Mayweather undefeated, right? So what are you talking? Like, what are you really saying? Luis Ortiz should be ranked higher than Danny Jacobs because Jacobs has losses, and Luis Cuba Arias had like a version of some kind of belt probably. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense because Jacobs, he fought Quillen and knocked him out in 1 round, and the guys that beat him were Golovkin and Dimitri Perot. Luis Arias didn't have Dimitri Perot. He didn't have what's the name? Golovkin on his resume. So it's easier to protect or to have an unblemished record if you're not fighting the same type of people. So once again, you can't make that make sense. Just because you're undefeated, that don't really mean shit unless you fight the names that could have possibly defeat you and beat them. Yeah, we'll work on some kind of call-in. But right now, I'm going to need y'all to call in your votes with this hot seat with Breon. Why would Inoue even be on this list? Straight up. Vote. Put your L's up. Now he said ESPN made it, bruh. I didn't. I understand you didn't make the list, but in the essence, you kept arguing it because you were co-signing aspects, and you were talking about Inoue should be over Kovalev. So that's a statement from you. That's not from ESPN. How would you put Inoue with 14 fights over Kovalev when Kovalev has 32 fights? I want to know how your pound for pound brain works when Kovalev's fought way better opposition in his division than Inoue has in the lighter divisions. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that doesn't even make sense because what are we ranking? There's a lot of guys that are undefeated versus defeated, but it counts who you did. Y'all want mercy? Someone said finish him. Mercy or finish him? Hurry up. Whatever you guys decide. Brayon Thomas. DJ, yo, show him mercy. Ban him. I mean, don't ban him. Put him in the timeout, and then he'll be able to come back. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Okay, cool. Damn, y'all said kill him. All right, he's just in timeout because he wasn't that extreme with it. But still, you guys got to understand what you're saying. Like, to me, this is why I don't do pound for pound lists. But if I'm gonna do a pound for pound list, it gotta make sense. And to me, how do you rate a Kovalev behind a Nui? What does a Nui did? Yeah, he's undefeated. He shows a lot of promise, but as of right now, has he done more? Like, okay, listen. Here's a good way to put it for you guys. This is how I think. If you guys think different, please share your thoughts. To me, there's more valor in Kovalev losing to Andre Ward, who won the Super 6, who won an Olympic gold medal, who we know is great. There's more honor and valor in doing that, even though he lost twice, than any win on his resume, on Inui's resume. Like, okay, Inui beat Omar Narvaez, but Donaire beat his ass years before that. You know what I mean? Warlito, you beat him and TKO'd him, but who the fuck is he? Wittawa, you knocked him out in 11th round out of 12, but who the fuck is Wittawa? You know what I'm saying? So to me, if I'm gonna rank somebody, I would even give Kovalev, because it's not just about the Ward losses. Kovalev, he beat guys like Jean Pascal. That's a former champion, and he beat his ass and beat him twice and stopped him. Pascal talked shit, got Freddie Roach, and got stopped again. You know what I mean? Bernard Hopkins we already know is a legend, and he almost knocked B-Hop out. And in my opinion, no disrespect to Joe Smith Jr., but the Hopkins that showed up, if Hopkins did not take the Kovalev fight and he fought Joe Smith Jr., I don't think it would have looked quite like that. Hopkins getting knocked out of the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I say Kovalev should be ranked higher because he's proven more even in loss. You know what I mean? Because you lost to Ward, you lost to a great guy. And Nui, for whatever reason, and I think he would have beat Roman Chocolatito. I think he's too big, too technical, too strong, good jab. I think he has a very good left hook. So I think he would have beat Chocolatito, even when Chocolatito was champion. But you still got to show me that. You have to prove it, because anyone can assume what would happen. So like that, it doesn't even make sense. And then some of y'all missed the stream earlier. Damn, that shit was sad when Hopkins was knocked out, but funny. Hopkins was lying. I think he might have like short-circuited real quick, because he was like on the ground looking like that. He pushed me. No, he didn't push me. He like Bermain Stavern saying he got hit in the back of the head by Wilder. Like what? So, see, listen, just so we're all in the clear, because I know how some people think. I don't want people going around, oh, ego, he ripped Inui. I like Inui. I told y'all, if you guys watch my video, I told you to check for him, and I've been saying I need to get back to Monday Mail Day, but I even had Monday Mail Day questions, and I told you I'll pick him to beat Gonzalez. I've said that several times on these videos. So it's nothing about I hate him. I mean, but it's just like, if we're doing a current pound for pound list, how is he there yet? How? You know what I mean? Like I said, that's like putting Luis Cuba Arias at number 10 or something. He's undefeated. He just beat a ranked guy and knocked him out on the Ward Kovalev 2 card. But at the same time, he hasn't fought one of the middleweights where we could be like, oh, fuck, he beat the shit out of Danny Jacobs or David Lemieux or Canelo or Golovkin. So if you don't have a step up like that, it's kind of hard for me to say you're pound for pound. Like, what is pound for pound based on then? and I told you guys did this with Chocolatito. Inui moved up in weight, but moving up in weight in them little small ass divisions could be moving up in 3 pounds. You know what I mean? And Inui is big. Like he's big, so he might have been killing himself trying to make 108 or whatever, right? He's big for the division. So that, you know what I mean? Moving up is different when you're in them little ass weights. So this whole ESPN list is trash to me. Like, this is what I said earlier too. Good night, all. Salute to Ego, man. Shout out to you. Hey, let's see if we can get some likes going. We're almost at 200. I've been on for over an hour. Let's get it cracking. We need to hit that like button. But okay. Here's another example for you guys. Nayao Inoue, he's moved up several divisions, but again, you have to look at who he's fought in those divisions. Like, even when Donaire was moving up through divisions, there were certified threats where he wasn't supposed to beat, like Vic Darchinyan, Fernando Montiel, and guys like that. Oh, he fought Omar Narvaez. He fought Wilfredo Gomez, Jeffrey Matabula, who's like 6 feet tall. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he was fighting game veterans, Jorge Arce, the Japanese dude, Nishioka Tashioka, or Nishioki Tashioka, or whatever his name is, right? So there were like people who were rated highly to, and some of them, like Darchinians and stuff, Montiel's, people thought they could beat Donaire at the time, right? But Inoue, who's he fought? Like, who's he fighting right now? Who's in those little, because he hasn't fought Chocolatito, he hasn't fought El Gallo Estrada, he hasn't fought who else is there? Sor Rungvisai yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he hasn't even fought the guys that would be his best test, I guess you could say. So it's like, who has he fought? So moving up is one thing. You don't just get credit for moving up if you're in stale divisions. I don't look at it like that. Now listen, here's my other point. Nayao Inoue is number 10. What about Wilder? Wilder got 39 fights and he's knocking everybody out. Anthony Joshua got more fights than Inoue, and he just beat a fucking Klitschko. He beat Klitschko. Like, name a Klitschko level person that Inoue has beaten. That's just one of Joshua. And then you still got Dillian White's guys who are still ranked. Dillian White's ranked number one contender with the WBC, and Joshua holds a win over him, and he knocked him out. And it's a guy that beat him in the amateur. So it's like, what has Inoue done over that? Name a guy who's a Klitschko level threat that he fought in any of those little divisions, right? That was a Klitschko level threat to what Klitschko is in the heavyweight division, even coming off a loss to Tyson Fury. I can't. Warlito? Wittawa? Who's Wittawa? You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to make this make sense. Like, let me see. Klitschko, Wittawa. Like, if they had, listen, if they had, you know how they vote for the Hall of Fame? If that shit said Wittawa, Warlito, and Vladimir Klitschko, who you checking? Who you checking? And Omar Narvaez, who you checking on that box? You know what I'm saying? Warlito, Wittawa, Omar Narvaez, and it said Vladimir Klitschko on the ballot. Who would you vote for? Like I said, Kovalev. If it had B-Hop, Andre Ward, Wittawa, and Warlito, who are you voting for? Because those are the guys that Kovalev has stepped in there with and beat, except for Ward. Crazy to me. I'm trying to see Wittawa and Tashawn Dong. Yo, when is Golden Boy gonna release the Dong? That's all I need, man. I'm trying to see the next Jong. The Dong fight. Pause. So this list is horrible to me. And even like, let me show you. Listen. If we're talking about current pound for pound list, how is Gennady Golovkin number 1? Coming off a draw and a fight I don't even think he should have won versus Jacobs. How does that put you at the number 1 spot? Honestly. And there's people that think Jacobs won and Canelo won. So how's he number 1? Like, again, like I said in the last stream, to me this is the American way, the great white hope that they're searching, and you get more credit Just like Tommy Morrison. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. But Tommy Morrison got a lot of praise. Oh, he's the Duke. Best left hook. He had a killer left hook. But, you know what I mean? Put him in the Rocky movies and stuff. He really hadn't done nothing. And then when he fought Lennox Lewis, Michael Bent and all them dudes, they beat him. Ray Mercer, they beat him. But they gave Tommy Morrison a lot of premature praise. And now that's what we're seeing. Same thing in football. Tim Tebow. Oh, Tim Tebow. The Tebow, everybody's... Okay, where is he at in the league right now? Russell Wilson and all these other people are killing anything he's ever done in the NFL. So it's like honestly, what has Golovkin done to be number one? And how you number one when you're coming off a draw? Please explain it to me. To me, that seems like bad business. Like Badu Jack, James DeGale, they coming off a draw. You know what I mean? Or, well, not anymore for Badu Jack. But James DeGale is, I mean, no one's even thinking about putting him on the pound-for-pound list in any spot. And actually, Badu Jack moved up in weight and knocked somebody else out that was a champion. It made it look easy. Rigondeaux is number 7 and Lomachenko is number 2. That's another thing. They fight next month. How is Lomachenko so high above Rigondeaux? This shit is so fake, man. Listen to this. Just listen to this point. Lomachenko's rated at number 2. Rigondeaux is challenging himself by moving up 2 weight divisions, and they have Rigondeaux at number 7. So, hold on. Let me show you. Conspiracy. Lomachenko's at number 2. They don't have Rigondeaux until number 7, right? But guess what? If Lomachenko beats Rigondeaux, he's going to get all the praise in the world for beating a guy coming up 2 weight divisions. Now, we know Rigondeaux is talented, but it's not like Rigondeaux's moving up 1 weight class, Lomachenko's moving back down 1 weight class, and they're meeting in the middle. Rigondeaux's doing all of the risk. He's taking all the weight disadvantage and everything. And I promise you, if the number 2 guy who's naturally bigger, also a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, beats ESPN's number 7, they're going to give Lomachenko all the praise in the world, maybe even elevate him to number 1. But he has all the advantages. It's a top-ranked card, even though Rock Nation, it's really a top-rank event. Top rank is the one that has to deal with ESPN, right? Weight advantage, height advantage, all that goes to Lomachenko. So how would Lomachenko get all this praise and you have Rigondeaux at number 7? I know it's a good fight. Y'all know it's a good fight. But ESPN, you're saying Rigondeaux's number 7. So if he's number 7, then why are we giving Lomachenko a lot of praise for making a guy move up 2 weight classes and beat him? It's just crazy how, like, when you put this stuff in perspective. Like I said, for me, if I was running ESPN, I wouldn't even release this dumbass pound-for-pound list until maybe we got some outcomes, like at least December 9th, because now you're gonna look real dumb. What if Rigondeaux does a Shane Mosley when Mosley moved up 2 weight classes, challenged Oscar and beat him, right? So what if Rigondeaux beats Lomachenko? So now your list is all foobar because you put Rigondeaux at number 7 and you put Lomachenko at number 2 with 10 fights and 1 loss. Rigondeaux has 17 fights and no losses. And what if Rigondeaux jumps up 2 weight classes to beat Lomachenko? You know what I mean? So you're better off just waiting until December 10th and then release your list so we can at least see if Lomachenko beats Rigondeaux. But to have, before the outcome is rendered, you have Lomachenko conveniently tucked in at number 2 and Rigondeaux's at number 7. What a quinky dink. Crawford's number 3. Crazy. Then Canelo's number 4 and Keith Thurman's number 5. Keith Thurman's undefeated though with 2 belts. Canelo has 0 belts and is coming off a draw. So you guys explain this to me. How is this working? How's Canelo? And some people thought Canelo lost. Some people thought he won. Some people thought it should have been a draw. How is he above Keith Thurman in the current pound-for-pound list? Yeah, he has more fights, but he also has more losses. Keith Thurman, I honestly, I can't think of a fight, to me, like, Keith Thurman don't have no Erislandy Lara type wins. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, I thought he lost to Lara. Golovkin, I didn't watch it a second time, but it was extremely close, right? Mayweather clearly beat him. Keith Thurman don't have that. I thought he really beat Sean Porter in a fun fight. He definitely beat Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, Canelo has more fights, but what puts him at number 4? It puts Keith Thurman behind him. All politics, man. Somebody, let's do a hot seat. Why would you put Canelo at 4 and Keith Thurman at number 5 in the current pound-for-pound list? Who has a better resume than Canelo? What are you talking about? Who has a better resume? There's a lot of people that have good resumes. So first of all, okay. Y'all want me to put Luis Ramon? You want me to put Ramon in the okay. We got a hot seat, man. We gonna eliminate. We gonna eliminate. All right, Luis Ramon's in the hot seat. He said, "Who has a better resume than Canelo?" Like, please explain the parameters. Are we talking Floyd Mayweather? Are we talking about what? Like, what are we talking about? Pacquiao? Because Pacquiao's still... Floyd, we could say he's retired, maybe. Pacquiao's active. He has a better resume than Canelo. So what do we... Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we saying? There's a lot of people with good resumes. So, please let me know how you're referring to this. Who has a better resume? Miguel Cotto has a better resume. And see, like, for me, I look at all things considered. Who they were at the time they fought. Like, Canelo has a good resume, but when did he fight Shane Mosley? When did he fight Shane Mosley? Mosley was 40, had already lost to Floyd, already lost to Cotto, already lost to Pacquiao, had a draw with Sergio Mora, looked garbage versus Yuri Foreman. You know what I'm saying? And then Canelo gets him. So what are we talking about? Like, I just named someone. Miguel Cotto has a better resume than Canelo. And I'm thinking of all things considered. Cotto's side, like, okay, when Cotto fought Sergio Martinez, he did not have the size advantage. You could say Martinez's leg, whatever, but he didn't. When Canelo fought a lot of guys, sometimes and oftentimes he was the bigger man. Josecito Lopez, if that's a good win for you, I mean, he was way bigger. Josecito never fought at 54. Carlos Baldomir lost to Floyd. He was 41. So what are you talking about, Luis? Tim Bradley, Danny Garcia, crazy resumes. But it's not just about resumes. It's how you looked in the fights. Canelo arguably lost to Triple G, did lose to Floyd, arguably lost to Erislandy Lara. You're making excuses. Kane, bad guy. He said Mosley was old but still skilled. Okay, he was old but still skilled. But he had... How many losses did he have when he fought? How many losses did Mosley have when Canelo fought him? Get real. But he was still skilled. And like you saying Canelo has a great resume, but Canelo, like I said, look at all things considered. Some of the names are good. Like Amir Khan, that's a solid name. But if you really break down the actual facts, Amir Khan had 3 welterweight fights, looked bad versus Chris Algieri, had a year-plus layoff when he fought Canelo, had no rehydration clause, came to a man-made Canelo weight of 155, and he moved up and he had chin issues. So, yeah, it's a name that Canelo has on his resume, but look at all the variables. James Kirkland, same thing. James Kirkland beat Glenn Tapia. 50 Cent didn't really move him. He had a long 1.5-year layoff, and then he fought Canelo without Ann Wolfe. So again, if we're talking about names, that's a great name. But that, all things considered, when you start breaking down some of the best names on his wins, he arguably lost. They were coming up in weight, or there was other advantages and structural, strategic things. So it's kind of like, what are you basing it off? A resume just full of names? Like Shane Mosley, I mean, he's a hell of a name to have on your resume, but at the time he fought him, he was 40 years old. I don't think he personally gets the credit he deserves. Okay, so now you're drifting away from the subject. You're in the hot seat, my friend. Canelo, okay, here, what's Canelo's best 3 wins? We'll start there. So he doesn't get the credit, all this stuff. Name Canelo's best 3 wins. Not people he stepped up in the ring with, like Mayweather, and got his ass beat. What are Canelo's best 3 wins to you? And this is to Luis, the guy who's in the hot seat. Canelo's best 3 wins. Okay, you agree with Ramon. Now you're going to agree with the hot seat when I'm finished with Ramon. Cotto, Mosley, and Lara. So Mosley was 40. Edeslandi Lara, he arguably lost that fight. And Cotto had lost to Pacquiao, Mayweather, etc. And he was, whatever, 30-something. How's that an excuse? No, see, now you about to get bodied. Now you about to get bodied. You said I'm making excuses, but what did I just say that wasn't a fact? I'll pull up Shane Mosley's age right now. See, now you got to get that work. Because, see, I was liking you at first, but now you're getting that work. You said excuses. If someone's making an excuse, usually when people make an excuse, it's like, oh, hey, I'm late to work. My kid was sick or throwing up or something. That's an excuse, right? That's an excuse because you're excusing something that didn't happen. Like, I didn't get to work on time. That's an excuse. I didn't say anything about Canelo that wasn't factual, right? I didn't say anything about Canelo that wasn't factual. I said factual information about him. You talking about excuses? Okay. Somebody get a calculator. We about to body this man. Okay, Shane Mosley. He fought in 2012. And Mosley, what great wins does he have at 154? Since you know so much. What's his best win at 154? Shane Mosley. That's to Luis. What's Mosley's best win at 154? He was born in 1971. Okay, you see how he's deflecting? He says, okay, so when Floyd beat him, it was okay, I guess. Floyd beat a 23-year-old Canelo with a weight advantage. Where's your comparison? So okay, as a boxer, that was stupid. Now you're getting body. You're getting body, fam. So as a boxer, you would rather be 23-year-old and bigger than your opponent as opposed to being 40 years old and smaller than your opponent and been through wars. Really? Really? Now you're getting bodied, my friend. And stop ducking my question. What was Shane Mosley's best win at 154? The weight he fought Canelo at. Even though Canelo was young, he was still the bigger fighter. So answer the question. What was Mosley's best win at 54? He was born in 1971, and they fought in 2012. Now you're about to get this work. Mosley was 41 when they fought. Back to my question that you're ducking. What was this man, Shane Mosley's best win at 154 pounds, the weight in which he fought Canelo? You said that was Canelo one of his best wins. So, I want to know what's one of Mosley's best wins at that weight. Listen, I'm not talking about Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia. We got a hot seat. I got to burn somebody. I'm not switching the subject. What was Mosley's best win at 154? Blame music. Don't worry about what point I'm trying to make. Sit back and enjoy the show. What was Shane Mosley's best win at 154? See, now that's how I know he's already losing, because he's taking forever. He's trying to research. Oh, fuck. Who did Mosley beat at 154? See, that's the difference between somebody who knows their boxing and somebody who doesn't. I don't have to Google this. Hold on. Now he says that's not a fair... Hold on. Now, you know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up. Hold on. Let me connect the dots. You know how M. Night Shyamalan had them plot twists in the movies? We about to get you now. Luis Ramon says, that's not a fair argument, LOL. Shane Mosley wasn't a 154-pound fighter. So, you know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? You done fucked up. You said Shane Mosley was one of Canelo's best wins. You know you done fucked up. After you said Shane Mosley wasn't a 154-pound fighter. You know you done fucked up, right? You done fucked up. So, you just credited Canelo as one of his top 3 wins was Shane Mosley, a fight he fought when Shane Mosley was 41 years old, and Shane Mosley wasn't a 154-pounder. And you want to say Shane Mosley don't have any good wins at 54, and that's not fair because he wasn't a 154-pounder. So you're giving Canelo top 3 accolades for beating a guy who you admit doesn't have any great wins at 54. And now you're saying he's a Hall of Famer. Guy's a legend. I know Shane Mosley. I have his phone number. He is a legend. But that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm asking you. You said that's one of Canelo's top 3 wins. Top 3 wins, but you cannot name a 154-pound satisfactory victory for Shane Mosley, and that's the weight Canelo fought him at. So naturally, the guy who's 41 fighting the kid who's 20 or whatever age he was, 22, right, has a lot of advantages there. So if Andre Ward fought somebody who had no good wins at light heavyweight and was 41, you would say that was out of Andre Ward's whole body of work. You would say that that's his best win, a 41-year-old with no major wins at that weight division he fought him at. Damn, homie. And you said that was one of his top wins. And then you try to get smart. It said excuses, excuses, excuses. So who's making excuses now? Now that you're getting drilled, you're like, hey, that's not fair. You can't do that. You can't use that argument. So who's making the excuses? You or me? So hold on. I already told you done fucked up. Now you're just getting drilled. His response, so you guys see it, he says, so if Charlo loses at 160, that makes it not a big win. So I just talked to Charlo last week, and guess what? He's not 41 years old at all. So your comparison is terrible because Charlo is not 41 with mad wars on him. Now he says I'm not talking age. Well, I've always been talking age. And part of what I said, and I've been saying, is Shane Mosley had been through wars. He was 41. Canelo was much younger. Canelo was bigger. And he fought Canelo at a weight that Shane Mosley doesn't really have great wins at 54. Now, all of a sudden, you bring up a bullshit Charlo point, and you're like, hey, we're just talking about weight class. Leave the age out of it. So I'm talking about who Shane Mosley was at the time. And you're bringing up Charlo. Now you're getting ether. You should have just stopped talking. because Shane Mosley, at the time he fought Canelo, had lost to Cotto, he had lost to Pacquiao, he had lost to Mayweather, and he arguably lost the Oscar De La Hoya second fight, right? But we'll just use those main people, right? And then Canelo later fought him. So bringing up Charlo, who's undefeated at 160 losing, literally has nothing to do with it, because one, Charlo is not 41 years old. Two, he's undefeated. So if Danny Jacobs, using your dumbass logic, if Danny Jacobs were to knock out Jermall Charlo, yes, it would be a good win, because Jermall Charlo is of the size. He clearly can be there. He looked way bigger. I was at his fight with Jorge Sebastian Hyland, and Hyland looked like a midget next to him, and he showed power, and he's not 41, and he's undefeated. And he hasn't been through mad wars. He's been getting people like J-Rock and K9 Bundridge out of there. So once again, you're in the hot seat, you're getting fried, and your analogy just doesn't cut it. We're looking at the whole picture. We're looking at who Shane Mosley was when Canelo, who you said that was one of Canelo's top 3 wins, and then now you bring up Charlo? What does that have to do with anything? Charlo's not 41. And he's not been through a ton of wars. So yeah, if Danny Jacobs knocked out Charlo, he would get credit, because Charlo's undefeated, of the size. He might even be bigger than Jacobs, to be honest. Who's inconsistent? You're abusing a court. Who's inconsistent? Please let me know. Him or me? Who's inconsistent? Mosley wasn't a big welterweight. Mosley was, his best division was lightweight. What are you talking about? You're like, Mosley wasn't a big welterweight. What? Mosley's listed at 5'8.5". Wow. Let's vote, man. I'm killing this kid. First of all, you said excuses. Canelo don't get the credit, and you're not doing a good job of giving Canelo the credit. Shane Mosley was a 135-pounder. Now you're saying he's a big welterweight. Okay, even if he's a big welterweight, what the fuck does that have to do with 154, where he fought Canelo at age 41? Oh, so you mean he wasn't a big welterweight? Well, guess what? He didn't fight Canelo at welterweight. He fought him at 154. Why do they go against the Don, man? I don't want to have to do this. Bruh got like 6 responses of nonsense. Hey, J-Dog, one of my mods, get Luis Ramon out of here. now, hold on. Don't get him out of here. Cause now y'all want me to turn him into dust. Oh, see, itchy trigger fingers. He said I give. Now he reverts back to you give Canelo no credit. Okay, no, listen. You're getting bodied. You answer questions, and once you answer my questions, then I can answer your questions. Yo, mods, y'all gotta chill, cause he got blocked, then he got unblocked, and then he got blocked again while in the middle of it. So y'all gotta kind of stay up with the flow of what's going on. Yeah, somebody unbanned him, but then they banned him again. And I was trying to body him some more, because that's what the fans are requesting. They want that slow roast, that cremation. But if he keeps getting banned and unbanned and stuff, then I won't be able to. Hey, DJ Yo, like, y'all gotta stop blocking him. Like, the fans want me to body him more, and y'all keep blocking him. Y'all keep banning him. Well, whatever. Just you guys could tell what's happening in the. Fans wanted me to give him more because he had a question for me. But anyway, just leave him. That's cool. Just leave him banned. But you guys keep blocking and unblocking him, and I was gonna bury him some more. We'll just consider this a toe tag. But anyway, oh man, the hot seat is not taking no prisoners. He talking about Shane Mosley's his best win. Listen. Y'all want more work? Can we get to like 230 likes if y'all want some more work? Listen to this. The people who don't give Mayweather credit, listen to what they say. They say, oh, he should have fought Pacquiao 5 years ago. Am I right or am I wrong? If you've ever heard anybody say Mayweather Pacquiao did not happen when it was supposed to happen, can I get a hell yeah? If you've heard anybody, not even just you, if you heard anybody say that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight should have happened years before, put a hell yeah. Because I'm sure we've all heard it, right? Now, dudes like Luis Ramon, they'll probably be the type to give Floyd Mayweather no credit for beating Pacquiao, because Pacquiao, who's younger than Floyd Mayweather, he didn't get the best chance of winning and all this stuff because the fight happened when it happened. Yet he just gave Canelo all the credit in the world and said one of his top 3 victories was Shane Mosley, who was 41. So again, listen to what people say. How is beating a 41-year-old, listen, how is beating a 41-year-old Shane Mosley at a weight where he doesn't really have any significant wins, and he had lost to Mayweather, Pacquiao, didn't look good versus Yuri Foreman or Sergio Mora. I think that was the draw, right? Sergio Mora is the fight. And he was 41, and he was at a weight that's really his topped out weight, right? But Pac-Man, they say he was past it, so why should we give Floyd credit for it? You see how this works? But he just said that Mosley at 41 being out of, because at Pacquiao at least you can name some quality wins that he has at 147. You truly can. But name the quality wins, plural, that Shane Mosley had at 54. Y'all catching these severe. This is like Rodney King shit, man. Y'all getting beat the fuck down in this hot seat. And then they just revert. After I bodied him with his own talking points, you see how he revert? You're just not giving Canelo credit. Trout, Lara, and Cotto. Trout, I thought Canelo won that fight, but there's some people that don't think he won that fight. That's just being honest. Lara, I really thought Erislandy Lara won by 1 or 2 rounds. It was close. I'm not going to scream robbery. We do know the Levi Martinez scorecard was far too wide, just like Adelaide Burr. It's so funny. When Canelo gets an Adelaide Burr 118 to 110 card, everyone's like screaming, oh, this is bullshit. Won't, won't, won't. You know what I mean? And then the Canelo fans, they're like, nope, oh well. But then when Canelo gets a wide card, 117, 111, that wasn't fair, then those same people don't care. It's funny how boxing works. So anyway, you named 3 people Canelo beat, and one of them for sure was a questionable win, and that was Erislandy Lara. The Trout, to some people, is questionable. Black fighters have to do more. Shit's fucked up. Clearly. It was close, bro. Judge would make it hella obvious with Canelo. Yo, listen. Most boxers have questionable wins. Floyd got a couple too. Should I put this dude in the hot seat? He keeps putting stupid shit. Y'all want another hot seat? I'm on a kill streak. Alright, so what are Canelo's best 3 wins? Blind music online. You gonna have plenty of time to work on your music because you about to get bumped in this hot seat. We about to bump you like nobody's doing to your music. So anyway, what are Canelo's best 3 wins? I'm making examples of y'all. Cotto, Trout, and Lara. Okay, now once again, similar situation. All 3 wins that you said, I mean, you can give him credit for the names, but Lara, I thought he lost. Trout, some people thought it was bullshit. And see, the real thing that made the Trout fight bullshit, because I know my boxing, was the open scoring. The open scoring, Canelo was so fucking, it was a close fight up at the front, and the fight was so close, and then they revealed the open scoring midway through, and they say you need a knockout to win, Trout. So he started fighting mad aggressive, which is not even his fucking style, and then he got clipped and got sat down. You know what I mean? So if you really want to be technical, if it didn't happen in Texas with that open scoring bullshit, and Trout was able to just, and no one knew scorecards, and they scored it right and fair, then you never know. But he had to step out of his element to fight super aggressive, because they had him so far behind, and he needed a knockout to win. And then Cotto's a great name, but Cotto, look how many losses he had by the time. Like, listen, I'm gonna bury you right now, and I don't want to hear no, oh, ego, why you just keep burying people? When Floyd Mayweather beat Cotto years before Canelo, they say Floyd beat a washed up, has-been Cotto. Cotto's never been the same since Antonio Margarito, right? Yet when Canelo beats Cotto, that's one of his top 3 wins. Explain that to me. I want to hear that. So how come people were saying that Cotto, when Floyd fought him, was washed up, shop worn, and never been the same? Oh, he hasn't been the same since Margarito. But then years later, literally years later, Cotto fights Canelo, and that's one of his best wins. Oh, let me guess, because Canelo's young. Only when it benefits them, hypocrisy. So that's my question to you, my friend. What, I thought Cotto was so beat up and never been the same, so why is that one of Canelo's best 3 wins? So please explain. Where's he at? What's his name? Hey, snitch his name, because I forgot. Whoever's in the hot seat. We're waiting. Okay, what did he reply? Anyone see a reply? Wow, now he's trying. Oh my gosh. Hey, Blind Music Online. He's the boxing version of Jeff Sessions. He lying, y'all. He says, I don't recall, conveniently, he did the Jeff Sessions. I don't recall people calling Cotto washed up when Floyd fought him. Fuck out of here. Hey, this is Jeff Sessions, y'all. This is the boxing Jeff Sessions. Now Jeff Sessions don't remember that. Yeah, oh, I don't recall. It's so, man, you getting burned, or I could already tell. Kevin Spacey, this boy came out, said he raped him or made advances, sexual harassment, all that. You know, all these people getting busted for sexual harassment. Kevin Spacey was like, that was 32 years ago. I don't recall. How convenient. You don't recall. Well, guess what? I had a channel and I recall it. Go. So now he don't recall. Okay, hold on. So we're fair. Ego Army, we got to do this the right way. Do you guys recall? If you've been a long time, if you've been a fan when Cotto fought Mayweather, do you remember hearing comments or chatter or opinions where people were saying that Cotto has never been the same since Margarito? He's shop worn, he's busted. Look, so Jeff Sessions in here, aka Blind Music, he don't recall, but everyone else that was boxing fans around that time, guess what? See, we do it fair. You guys are voting. You guys remember it. But Jeff Sessions don't remember. I don't recall. I don't recall that. Look. He don't want to recall. So everyone else recalls it but you. Have you been a long-time boxing fan? Were you a fan when Mayweather was fighting Cotto? And just media style. Cotto fought Mayweather 2012, excuse me, Cinco de Mayo weekend. He fought Canelo 3 years later. And since that, he lost to Floyd, and then he lost to Austin Trout immediately after. before Canelo got to him. Yeah, they also said the Pacquiao fight and Margarito took something out of him. Where you at, Jeff Sessions? You don't recall, huh? Damn, y'all already trying to vote already? Y'all don't want that slow burn? Because I can go in a little more. So, you guys keep saying, oh, you're not giving Canelo. The thing is, I give Canelo credit for what he deserves credit. You beat Cotto. That was a great win for your career. But what happened to that? Cotto's been washed up. Cotto lost to Austin Trout immediately after losing to Floyd. So, how is that one of Canelo's top 3 wins? Now, listen, if I did the same question for Mayweather, I can name you people where no one could say nothing like this, right? So Floyd Mayweather, who's a cherry-picking bitch, according to some of y'all, right? I can name you wins where you wouldn't be able to do this. You couldn't say, oh, he lost to Floyd and Austin Trout and then fought him 3 years later, right? Floyd Mayweather beat Diego Corrales. You can't say he was washed up and all this shit. He beat Canelo. You can't say Canelo was washed up at the time. Where's Jeff Sessions at? Y'all want that slow burn. Put a fork in him. I told you I'm not playing in this hot seat. I told you all that stuff y'all be saying is going to come to pass in this hot seat. We're going to separate the boys from the men and see who's real out here. I replied about, first of all, he said I replied about 3 times, bruh. You're only supposed to get 3 replies. So, and you're already losing, to be honest. So anyway, you shouldn't even be replying 3 times because you're getting killed. But anyway, what you could put one more reply that I know you won't be able to get out of this hot seat with. That's what I'm saying. That people always want to discredit some shit when it's convenient for them, but they don't think about the full picture. They don't think I was gonna come back to bite them. Oh, Cotto beat a washed up. Floyd beat a washed up Cotto. Okay, then 3 years later, after he lost to Floyd and Austin Trout, why are we giving Canelo praise for beating Cotto when he's massively bigger? See, and this is the other thing. Now y'all want that slow burn? I'm gonna give y'all a slow burn. This is the slow burn. Because this is the actual fact. Floyd Mayweather moved up 5 divisions. Fact. Floyd Mayweather was smaller than Cotto and moved up with only one other fight at 54 versus De La Hoya years ago. And he fought Cotto at his weight at 154. When Canelo fought him, he was older. Canelo was younger than Cotto, who was older. Canelo looks significantly bigger than the older Cotto, right? When Floyd fought him, Floyd was older than Canelo, or older than Canelo and Cotto, but he's older than Cotto, and he was smaller than Cotto. So when people talk about Floyd, and oh, why would you give him credit? It's the timing, and it's all things considered. Floyd fought against Cotto at his weight, as the smaller person, with only one other fight at the time above 150, right? Moved up 5 divisions. Canelo had the youth advantage, he had a strength advantage and a size advantage when he fought Cotto, who Floyd had already beat, Margarito had already beat, and Austin Trout had already beat. So that's a big difference. And Canelo outweighed Cotto. Y'all getting bodied tonight. Let's vote. Put your L's up. Moderator, please get blind music online out of here. These boys ain't fucking with me. All right, we got another hot seat. Mark Black. Miguel Cotto was on the decline after Margarito. So please explain. If he was on the decline since Margarito, explain that. Mark, you're in. Mark, why was Cotto on the decline after Margarito? I'm about to bury another one, man. This will probably be the last body, and I'm about to get off here. Why? Oh, okay. He said I'm in the hot seat. How do I get out? There ain't no getting out. Oh, actually, there is. If you can argue your way out. You made the comment, so now the fans want you to back it up. You said Cotto's on the hot. You said Cotto was on the decline since Margarito. So please explain. How is he on the decline? Pinfall, you can get it next. Jump in if you want, but now you in there next. Like, listen, y'all could double. Actually, both of y'all. I'll answer both of y'all. Pinfall, you in the hot seat too. Cotto took a beating by Margarito. Okay, so how is he on the decline? Plaster cast. Listen, I'm taking on everybody at the same time. It don't matter. How is he on the decline? We're waiting. Bunk bed caskets. That's my personal thought, but I could be wrong. Well, you are wrong because, I mean, Cotto's still a legendary Hall of Fame fighter. Margarito, most people believe he was cheating. So him losing to Margarito, he took a beating in the fight, but a guy most likely had to cheat to do it, right? But even when he fought Pacquiao, he came down in weight to a weight that wasn't really where he should have been at. And Pacquiao didn't even stop him till the 11th round. And that's Pacquiao's last knockout. But then he moved back up in weight. He avenged the Margarito loss. So I'm sure that did wonders for his confidence because he avenged the loss of a guy who was pretty much cheating, Margarito, right? And then he fought Floyd. So it wasn't about decline. So just because you take a loss doesn't mean you're never going to be the same again. Because, like, I mean, using that logic, Pacquiao got his ass beat in the Philippines by 2 people and got stopped, but later went on to do extraordinary things. So why were people saying the Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao fight should have happened 2 years later? Why are people not saying Pacquiao's been on the decline ever since Rustico Torrecampo? That's my question to you. So if just getting your ass beat and getting stopped is the end for everybody, then how come Pacquiao went on to do great things after being knocked out twice? Rustico Torrecampo and the other dude. We got bunk bed hot seats, man. Where they at with these answers? Pacquiao was good, but he's also on the decline after Marquez. Yo, let's just vote. He's not really talking about nothing. How is Pacquiao on the decline since Marquez? Like, what are you talking about? He fought Marquez 4 times. Put your L's up. These boys can't beat me in this hot seat. Yeah, he beat Margarito. So when the spotlight was on Margarito to not cheat, because Margarito got caught for cheating, then all of a sudden Cotto beats him and sends him into retirement with a melted eye, partly courtesy of Pacquiao. So who knows what would have happened in that first fight, but obviously Cotto was still a good fighter because he came back and beat Cotto. Anyway, moderators, Mark Black, out of here. I don't know who the other person is, but he got body too. I told you I'm doing bunk bed hot seats. Moderators, get Mark. No, Mark Black ain't living because he keeps putting stupid shit. See, when you can't compete, if you were to bow down, that's one thing. But they keep going. So if they keep going, then whatever comes, comes. We're not showing mercy for everyone. See, the people that get mercy are the people who are like maybe in the hot seat, but they're not saying anything. They're not going overboard with their argument, and they're kind of in essence like, oh yeah, you could be right. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not they're not as aggressive. But the people who are getting aggressive and getting bodied, and they just keep going, keep agitating the situation, then they got to get bodied the regular way. Man, this how we doing them, man. Who the fuck is Allen y'all keep mentioning? Allen need that work? Where's... I don't see this Allen character. Alright, I don't see this Allen, but I'm about to get out of here. Allen got saved by the bell. He might have left or something. But Allen will get that work next time if he's talking crazy. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Much more to come. Ego gets stronger and stronger as he consumes hot seat souls. His power is getting out of control. Man, we going for Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan. That's just how it is. We working. Ego Army, thank you for the participation. We got some likes up in here. But see, listen, like, Ego Army, hold this down, man. Hold this down, because like I see what people are trying to do. They see how deadly the hot seat is. Now they're trying to make it like this is like some brutal like fight club. We already got an ego fight club. This is nothing like that. The bottom line is this. The consensus is this. If you have a solid point, then you have a solid point. If you have a point that nobody can even understand or relate to, then you got to express that in front of the audience. And then that's when we take it gladiator style. It's not just about... I see people running with this narrative, oh, if you disagree, you get blocked. That is the farthest from what I'm trying to do. But if you disagree, just be prepared to let everybody know what you disagree with and speak factually about why you disagree with it. T. Zane, you obviously don't listen. If you disagree, you out of here. And you can laugh all you want, but that's not how we moving. It's not about if you disagree, you're out of here. If you disagree, listen. If you disagree, then there's no reason why you can't explain why you feel that way intelligently with fact. Like if I'm like Canelo X, Y, and Z, and you're like, no, that's a lie. Why is it a lie? Period. Shout out to Michael Jimenez. If you disagree, come with the facts. It's very simple. Very simple. And I know I don't have to go in depth and explain it because the real boxing fans understand this concept. Like here's an example. Wilder Joshua. I think the fight should happen. So if you're making a bunch of excuses saying, oh, Wilder doesn't deserve it, I can't feel that point. I can't relate to what you're saying. So I need clarification, and then that's how we can joust and duel it out. You're saying that Wilder's a bitch and he don't deserve the Joshua fight. So please explain that to the crowd, why he doesn't deserve as champion to be able to unify. If you disagree, come with it. Now let's do a quick roll call. I'm out of here. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Drop it in the comment section. Ego, hold on with the roll call. We got another comment. Ego, what do you think Oscar De La Hoya's issue is? Jealousy, hate, dwindling stable. That's honestly what I think it is. He has one superstar who's coming off of a questionable win, performance, draw, whatever you want to call it. And he's looking to make waves. So he has to, like, you have to worry about what other people are doing if your shit's not popping. Like, let's say I have a let's say I have a pizzeria and I have 8 employees and business is booming. Boom, boom, boom. Line out the door. Everybody loves it. We're getting great ratings on Yelp. We're winning awards for the best pizzeria. When you're in that situation, you don't really have time to worry about the other pizzerias and what other people are doing extensively. And even if you did from a competitor standpoint, you're not going to publicly declare it. You know what I mean? But the fact that Golden Boy in general, B-Hop and De La Hoya, they're going out of their way and stuff to constantly talk about Heyman's plans and Floyd Mayweather, who he's fighting, that shows you something. Point blank, period. That's how I see it. Because if you're moving, you're moving. You don't have time to really worry about what the next person's doing. And just like that, it's a show. Let's get some last minute likes. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Peace out.